So, guys, this is a somewhat podcast, and I'm here with my friend Surya. Say hello.
Hello there.
So, I you had some pretty interesting opinions and thoughts on the comic book movies and superhero movie related content, right?
Yeah. It was like
Okay.
it's a more unorthodox view towards the topic.
Yeah. So I feel like we can have a pretty interesting discussion. So
Yeah, I guess. I hope we do.
let's go ahead. Okay. What all? What do you find really good or really great about the comic book slash superhero movies?
So what I feel about what I feel is good is that the way they portray the characters, they don't stay on script to the comic book. So like, suppose in Spider-Man, he might do something different in the comic books, and the plot might be completely different. Whereas in the
Mm-hmm.
movies, they at certain points of time they go off script, and their improvisation skills are rather commendable in this scenario.
But there are a lot of movies which are directly picked up from the comics, and they're not obviously 100% like the comics, but the main inspiration is from the comics. Like right now I was watching the Wolverine, and it is heavily what do you say picked up from one of the Wolverine comic books, and both of the stories take place in Japan. And I have the
I
comic
see.
book and I've seen the movie, so I can definitely tell you that they have picked up a lot of storylines from comic books. Even Hulk from Thor Ragnarok, right? It's picked
Yeah,
up
yeah.
from World War Hulk. So
Yeah,
sometimes they can go original with it. So like
yeah,
the Spider-Man 2 movie is somewhat original, right? It's not 100% from the comic books.
yeah.
But you can also have great stories when you take stories from the comic books. But I feel like they take only the few important aspects, but they also have to put in their own flavor to it. So
Yeah.
I feel like that's pretty nice.
Freedom of creativity, I guess they have in the
Yes,
movies.
that depends on that is only dependent on certain movies. Some
Yeah,
comic
yeah.
book movies don't have a lot of
Yeah,
creativity
like
or
support
creative
suppose for
freedom.
biopics you can't go off script. Like
Exactly.
it's
Yeah,
it's basically about a person's life, so you can't just go back in time and change what he's done. You have to like
you
it's
can go
quite
off
strict.
script, but you can go
Yeah.
only till a certain extent.
Yeah,
Like
it shouldn't be
little
like
things you can
blatantly
change.
obvious that you've gone off script.
Exactly. No, I mean there are. I mean biopics do have some do make certain changes compared to real life. But I
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
like but I feel like if it's too major, then it's a problem.
It really
Even
misses the
if
essence of the person's struggles and stuff.
exactly. No, but I feel like if it's too major, then you're just doing your own thing, right?
Yeah,
But I
it's
feel
just
like
basically a
minor
different movie
things,
altogether.
exactly. But if it's minor things, then I feel like it's not a huge issue, though.
Yeah. Not
Yeah,
that big
yeah,
of an issue, but it's like an issue sometimes.
yeah. Sometimes it is. Yes. I mean, like in Dangal, like they locked Amir Khan in a room.
Yeah, I don't
That
think that
was
happened.
that did not happen. I don't know why would someone do that. I am
Yeah.
pretty mixed. I'm like, is that a good decision or not? I'm unsure about it.
I think maybe they somewhat exercised a bit too much their creative
Yes,
freedom, and I think
sometimes.
these
Yeah.
subtle changes actually make somewhat of a difference in the movie. Adds a little bit
Hmm.
more of the zest to the movie,
Yeah.
rather than it being like a rather like than it being like a book, which
Hmm.
some people might not see as very entertaining.
I
So,
see.
like in our Bollywood industry, it's more like a masala. Like,
Not
they
all
add
the
a little bit of
time,
a
but
twist. Not
but
all the
we
time, but
associate it with
yeah,
masala. That's because most of the people go to watch masala. There are other ones
yeah,
too,
yeah,
but they just don't get as much recognition. That's the problem.
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, okay. So, what is there anything else you like about these kind of movies?
Uh, I guess sometimes like the plot of the movies change. I like the fact that they don't stray away from the main morals of the movie, and
Mm-hmm.
they don't take it too far. But I like it. I like it in the sense that they also in their creative freedom they also have like a more open or more what do you say more open and a more widespread depiction of their creativity.
Could you give some examples of the films you might be talking about in this case?
Let me see. Suppose. You have
I mean, see, certain movies that come to mind is Captain America: The Winter Soldier, Captain America: Civil War, Thor: Ragnarok. These kind of
yeah,
movies, and even Infinity War, right?
yeah,
I feel like they are picked up from the comics and stuff. So I feel
yeah.
like these are the movies that come to mind
Like
when I'm
take
hearing you talk
Infinity
about
War
it.
for an example, or
Yeah,
Endgame and
yeah,
Infinity War together.
yeah.
The most people, what they would, the comics are the movies based off the comics, but in
Somewhat.
the comics it ends in a different way than the
Yeah.
movies. In
Yes.
the
Yes.
comics, if I'm not wrong, Captain Marvel takes the gauntlet and saves everyone, but in the
Oh.
movies they completely changed it.
Yes.
I
Yes.
think, if I'm not wrong, and they also get another guy. I forgot his name. He's a blue guy. I don't know what his name is, but they
Yondu.
get him as no, not
Is
Mord,
it?
not Mordu. This guy,
Is it Yondu?
Yondu. Sorry, Yondu. No, not that guy. Another guy. I think he's from a different part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But
Are you talking about the movies right now? The blue dude in the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
movies or the comics?
No, no, in the comics, in the
The
comics,
comics.
they bring the Titans. If I'm not wrong,
Okay, okay.
the Titans come and they defeat Thanos. Like, if I'm not sure if it's called Titans or something. They're like
Because
higher
if
order
you
beings.
say Titans, though that is from DC Comics,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
But
yeah.
if you
But
wanna relate Titan to Thanos, Thanos was from the planet Titan.
yeah, Thanos himself is a Titan, but
Yeah.
I'd say a higher level organism. I don't know the term for it. It's in the comics. Like they
Oh
all
yeah. Is
assemble
it
in
like the
something.
Eternals?
Yeah, the Eternals. My
Eternals.
bad.
Yeah, yeah,
The
yeah.
Eternals come and they apparently defeat Thanos,
Yeah, I think
and they
I
hinted
remember
at
that
him
scene.
in the movies, but they didn't actually portray them as a somewhat of a protagonist in the movie. They just played a subtle part of it, hinting at the comics, and they engaged the viewers in such a way. They hinted at
The
it in
fun
various
thing
different
is,
movies, all of it relating towards the final movie, that is Endgame.
yes. I mean, the thing is, if the pandemic hadn't happened this year, we would be
Yeah,
getting the Eternals movie next month.
I
Is
see.
that cool? Yeah, they made an Eternals movie, and I think they are somewhat done shooting, but
I see.
but it was supposed to come out in November, so it's pushed to
Ah,
next year now. I
I
don't
see.
know.
That's
Yeah,
unfortunate. Well,
yeah,
I'm
no,
not
but
that
yeah,
much of a like movie
I feel
buff.
like they what?
I'm not that much of a movie buff, but like I know I watch a few movies, and the movies I really like. Either I really like a movie or I have a very strong adverse feeling towards the movie.
Hmm.
Like I don't really analyze it that much, but from what I understand, I had those opinions on the movies.
But I feel like it shouldn't always be really good or really bad. I feel like you can also find some middle ground because sometimes a bad movie can have really great things about it, but it
Yeah.
fails overall. So I feel like those good things in it can somewhat not make it terrible, right? Like
Like
if
you
I
can
take
assume me
Batman
as
is
an average moviegoer. So the
which
average
one?
moviegoer, like suppose I am an
Oh,
average moviegoer in this
hmm.
instance. I don't really analyze the movie like in a very deep perspective or the meaning of the characters or whatnot. I just watch the movie, and an average moviegoer either likes it or doesn't like it. But if you see the critics and people like you who are like into movies and love
Yeah,
movies and their creativity,
yeah.
they actually understand what the director's meaning behind certain parts of the movie are, and
Hmm.
for y'all like the movie enthusiasts, I feel that they have the ability to identify the movies which are in the middle ground, which aren't too good but aren't too bad. And I
Hmm.
think those people, the opinions of the cinemaphiles, those
Hmm.
people, I think their opinions are the ones which most matter, because they have a lot of experience watching movies, and they have the ability to identify those movies which are like below par or above par.
I don't feel like the cinephiles' opinions matter the most, but I feel like you can somewhat rely on them more because they have a broader perspective of what they're
Yeah,
talking about.
instead of
Yeah.
just watching a movie, they actually understand the movie and the
Hmm.
various subtle hints in the movies.
Yeah. That's certainly one of the perks of really getting into the movies. But it's
Yeah,
not some. But it's something you'll just somewhat gain as you keep on watching them and keep on consuming all this content and knowledge regarding all this matter,
Yeah, yeah,
then it will come naturally. So the thing is,
yeah,
I feel like if I take Batman v Superman, which is mostly hated, but the good thing is, several people like it, and now they're able to voice their opinions on it. So
yeah,
that I find nice, because even if it's a movie I don't really like, I mean, I think it's fine,
yeah.
but I didn't like it as much. But after hearing the perspective of all the people who really liked it, I like it just a
It
little
gives you
bit more
a
because I get an
rather
understanding
higher
of their
scope of
point.
vision,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
understanding of what they think of the movie.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
Like
I feel
when
like,
I wanted to watch the movie, I a lot of my friends as well as we what we were focusing on is who wins. Like Batman
hmm,
versus Superman, the first thing you think about is who wins the fight. Why are they
hmm,
fighting? That's the first thing I thought of. May not be for others, but I feel that the common moviegoer thinks that who's won the fight, and they don't really understand the struggles that are going through each of
hmm.
the two perspectives. But the people who are the cinemaphiles, what they think is a more like a more understanding point of view, and they actually analyze how the what the struggles are of each of the perspectives and what the reasons might be for them leading into conflict, and various factors they may consider, and then they actually judge whether a movie is good or not. And in your opinion, apparently it is not a good movie, but and I respect that. I felt it was a decent movie.
Yeah,
So
no, I
yeah,
think it's decent too. I think it's
yeah.
decent too, because it has some positive things about it which I appreciate. So,
Yeah, the storyline was actually quite nice. I like the ending, the towards the ending parts, like
which one?
the
Like the Doomsday
of
fight or the Superman
yeah,
Death scene?
the Doomsday fight, the
I didn't
Doomsday
like
fight.
that because I feel,
I yeah, this is the good thing, right? We're discussing our each
yeah,
other's
yeah, yeah.
point of view on the thing, so that's the good thing.
Okay, so wait. So if we latch onto this topic, why do you like it, or what do you like about it? That fight.
What I like about it,
Yeah.
uh, basically what I like about it is how they started introducing that there might be a new villain, or we didn't expect in the turn of events in the movies, right? What we
Hmm.
expect, what the audience expected was pretty straightforward. A fight between Superman and Batman, they come to an agreement, yada yada yada, all that happens. But what I
Hmm.
don't think we really expected it. Like before watching the movie, I don't think any of us expected that Doomsday was gonna be in the movie. I don't.
I have one thing against that. I'll tell you the problem.
Yeah, yeah.
They showed Doomsday in the trailer.
In that's
That's
in the
like,
trailer, right? But then when you just straightforward look at the title, I don't think it
yeah,
hints
yeah,
at Doomsday whatsoever, right?
yeah. They won't put
So
Batman is Superman. Also, Doomsday is also there.
yeah, they don't say that, right? They just have. If you look at the title, you just get only a very limited viewpoint of the movie.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
the director has made it in such a way that it's been a quite a bit of a twist in the middle of the movie, where
Hmm.
we never expected them to actually come together until like the ending parts and fight another
I
enemy.
expected them to come together because I mean
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
obvious, right?
Like
It's
when you
Batman
fight,
and
you obviously come
Superman.
together. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
part of the Justice League, so
Exactly,
obviously they will
exactly.
come back together. But I don't think anyone would have expected them to actually fight Doomsday until and unless they've seen the trailer,
Ah, yeah,
obviously.
yeah, yeah. That makes sense.
So the way they started introducing Doomsday slowly into the movie was also a great way. That pod or something like that large structure where they developed Doomsday and stuff
Yeah.
like that, and the
They
way
took
he
Zod's
emerged.
body and then they
Yeah, yeah.
regenerated it
They
into
took Zod's
Doomsday.
body and they regenerated
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
Yeah. I did not expect them to pick off from the ending of
Man of
that
Steel.
Superman Returns movie, I think it was.
Man of Steel, Man of Steel.
Yeah, Man of Steel, sorry. No, I
Yeah.
didn't expect them to pick off post that era. And
Hmm.
yeah, I felt that was a good way to introduce or rather have a twist of events.
So basically, the thing you like about the fight or the Doomsday fight is the unexpectedness of it.
Yeah, we never expected
Yeah.
him to come.
The thing is, I feel like it doesn't work. I mean, the one cool thing is all the Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman all join, and you get the DC trio, and they get to individually showcase their powers and skill sets. That's good, right? But I feel
Yeah,
like at the end of the day, it's your average CGI monster messy battle, right?
Yeah,
And I feel like I don't have a problem with the CGI monster Messi battle because Endgame, Infinity War had the same thing, and I like those, right?
yeah,
But I feel like here, Doomsday was just a monster you had to punch and defeat. I feel like if they had slightly developed Doomsday more, or something would have been interesting, they would have given Doomsday a little bit of Zod's personality was Zod's
yeah,
motivation, then it would have been a stronger fight because I feel like the Man of Steel Superman versus Zod fight, right? I don't love
yeah.
it, but the thing I like about it is other than the punching and flying, they both have different ideologies that clash. I feel like
Yeah,
I feel like the best final battles are the battles of ideologies rather than punching, right? And I feel like
yeah,
that was slightly stronger, but here I don't feel like there's any motivation for Doomsday. You just see him; he's like an
yeah. He
angry
just emerges
monster
and then he
doing
starts
nothing.
punching Superman.
Exactly, and
Yeah,
literally there's a scene where he starts like exploding the whole city, and there's electricities like bolts coming out. I'm like, what is the point
yeah,
of that? There
yeah.
is no
I
point to
see.
that.
I
So
understand. So
I feel
what
like in
you're
that sense it
saying,
doesn't work.
yeah. So what you're saying is, take Man of Steel. Zod wanted, if I'm not wrong, it's the Codex or something. It
He
was,
wanted the codex. He basically
yeah.
wanted to convert the Earth
He
into
wanted to
Krypton.
convert the Earth into Krypton. And
Yeah.
he later on, slowly he started discovering that the Codex was implanted into Superman's blood, and the only way to get it was by killing him. So,
Yes.
so he had a basic ideology, and Superman, he was born on Earth. Like he went to Earth, and because of the Earth's atmosphere and stuff, he derived power from the sun, and he's become more and more progressively powerful. So
Hmm.
they had a conflict of ideologies, is what you're saying. Superman had
Exactly.
the ideology to protect the Earth, and
Yeah.
Zod had the ideology of converting the Earth into Krypton.
Yes, I feel like
Am I
that
right?
works because they have motivation, and I
Yeah,
don't love the fight, but the positive thing is they even have a motivation. That's one thing that matters the most.
yes, yes,
Whatever they're fighting, if they don't have proper motivation or proper goals, if you don't know why they're fighting, then the fight doesn't work.
yeah,
No matter how awesome the action scenes are,
yeah.
if you don't
I
know why
understand.
they are doing what they're doing, then it fails
Yeah,
in
I
that
understand
aspect.
what you're saying.
In
Like
that aspect.
in the Superman vs Batman, Doomsday just randomly comes out and starts punching Batman, Superman, and
Exactly,
trying to
exactly.
fight them.
Doomsday was unnecessary. That's the
Yeah,
point.
I felt it was sort of unnecessary. Like Batman, Superman, they had problems with each other, like because
Hmm.
of that dude trying to ask for Batman's head or Superman's head or something. Like he wanted, he took his mother and all that. It's all like I felt it was sort of unnecessary. Uh,
Hmm.
but it was also in some way a conflict of needs. Like Superman had, like Batman had a need to get Superman because his mother was in danger, and Superman had to protect himself. So I think
Hmm.
that's how they formed the for the fight itself. And I felt up till then it was quite a good movie, but then after that I also felt that the Doomsday fight was quite unnecessary, but it
Yeah.
was a nice twist to the movie.
See, if you had to give one excuse of why Doomsday has a purpose in the movie, it's just to bring the heroes together. There's no other
Yeah,
reason. But I feel like
yeah,
you could have had different and morally stronger reasons than a CGI monster.
yeah, like uniting against a common enemy, I would say.
Exactly. Yeah, but I feel like but the common enemy wasn't done well. That's the problem.
Yeah, the common enemy had no actual reason to exist in the movie at the time.
Exactly.
They
Exactly.
could have
And
I felt they could have introduced Doomsday and maybe another part of another movie
yeah,
where at
yeah,
the
yeah,
end
yeah.
of the Batman vs Superman movie could hint
It's too
at Doomsday
rushed.
coming. Yeah, yeah.
It's too
It's
rushed.
like
That's the problem. I
yeah.
feel like they were trying to put too many things into one movie,
Yeah, I think
and I
they're
feel
trying to
like,
extend the length of the movie just by adding Doomsday.
bro, the original cut of Batman and Superman is 3 hours. The studio
Yeah.
cut it down to 2.5 hours, and more like majority of the people like the 3 hour cut, and I get why they like the 3 hour cut because it's more of the director's
Storyline.
vision. Yeah, that's one thing. But
Yeah. Understand.
yeah, I feel like they had to strengthen some stuff. That's why you like Shazam, right? The reason
Yeah,
Shazam worked
Shazam's
is because
nice.
it was simple. They
It's
didn't
simple
try to
and
overcomplicate.
it didn't go by the like I it brings me to my other point of
Hmm.
a little bit of a critique against superhero movies. It goes
Hmm.
away from the basic
Tropes.
I would say
The
uh,
tropes, basic tropes,
yeah,
common.
the basic attributes of a superhuman
Hmm.
movie. So
Hmm.
we basically take a superhero movie such as Spider-Man. So
Hmm.
let's see, all the Spider-Man movies I've seen, it's
Hmm.
either the Spider-Man gets introduced to the villain early on, he doesn't know he's the villain, then
Hmm.
later on he gets to know the villain, and then he fights the
Yeah.
villain, gets the girl. That's like a basic attribute for most of superhero movies, not
I
only
have things to say
Spider-Man.
about that, but okay, continue.
Yeah, like most of the movies I've seen, again I'm saying I've not seen a lot of movies, but from
That's
my
fine. That's
point of view,
fine.
when I've seen
Yeah. Yeah.
not a lot of movies, I
Hmm.
felt that all those movies are all like mostly the same.
Hmm.
You get the good guy beats the bad guy, gets the girl. But
Hmm.
Shazam is a different movie. I think they're introduced to the bad guy, but the way he gets his powers was a nice way, and I liked how they depicted that, and they didn't stray too far away from the comic book. This thing, how they portrayed it in the comic book, and I liked at the ending that there was no motive to actually like you saved a city instead of like trying to save like one or two lives. It's like
Hmm.
rather saving the entire city at once,
Hmm.
and there is no girl to be sought after at the end of the
Exactly.
movie.
I
And
was I
he,
was saying that you
yeah,
said defeat the villain, get the girl. I'm like, defeat the villain is there. You can't get
yeah,
the girl because
yeah,
he has
yeah.
no love
That's
interest
why. That's
in
why
the
I said
movie.
Shazam was a little different from other movies.
Yeah,
He
I
he,
mean,
he gave his power to his siblings, and then like
yeah, it's
they
about the
all
power of
destroyed him.
family and the power of sharing
Yeah,
love with your
yeah.
family. That's good. That's good.
It's like a good moral in the movie.
See, if you take the Spider-Man movies as example, I feel like there are some ones which are mediocre, but I feel like Spider-Man One and Spider-Man Two are some of the best, right? And the reason why, and if you literally all comic book movies except if you can take Infinity War, they defeat the villain, right? But
Yeah,
I feel like yeah, that could be a common criticism, but you should also see why they defeat the villain. Because if they
yeah.
defeat the villain, then the whole moral of the story is gone.
Like
If they
one thing
don't
I
defeat the
like
villain, the
about the
moral is
villain,
gone.
one thing I like about how they portrayed the villain is, if I'm not wrong, Norman Osborn is the villain in one
Green
of the movies.
Goblin.
Yeah, Green Goblin. So
Yeah, yeah,
he's
yeah.
Peter's best friend's dad
Father.
is
Yeah,
the
yeah.
villain.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's
it's
why that's
like,
good because it's personal conflict.
yeah, it's personal conflict. Like his
Yeah.
best friend's father, and he might have some resistance, and he might be scared of what his relation to his best friend will change after he defeats
Yes,
his father.
yes.
And
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like that part of the movie, but after that, like the basic Screen Man, I just don't. I'm not very attracted to that. I don't like that basic way of how movies are, and yeah,
But I'll tell you one thing, right? Spider-Man, like the basic origin movie, is considered to be one of the first of that kind. Then the
yeah,
other superhero movies really got into it. I mean, of course, there was
yeah,
Batman
yeah,
and
yeah.
Superman in the 70s and 80s, but they were
Yeah.
not as prominent and or as successful as Spider-Man became. So I feel like Spider-Man was like one of the first. So I don't feel like you can put too much blame on the first.
Yeah, the
Also,
thing
there's
is,
one thing, right?
the thing is that I didn't watch Spider-Man first, right? So
One.
it might have been a developed opinion because I didn't watch it out of all the movies first, and
Uh-huh.
I think I get why you're saying that, because if it was one of the first, which it is,
It
I
is.
think that it was one of a kind, and it's more different than the other ones, and I
Hmm.
feel that that's a good thing in one perspective. But
Hmm.
if other movies follow in like in their that movie's footsteps, then I
Yeah.
feel like it's basically Spider-Man all over again with a different superhero.
If they follow the footsteps, then it's their fault. But also the thing
Yeah,
is, they're obviously following it because the Spider-Man one was successful. So of course they're
yeah.
gonna try and
So yeah,
formulate the
it's like,
success, right?
yeah, it's like basically you find a person who's rich, you get to know how he became rich, and you do the exact same thing as him, and result will be
Exactly.
the same.
Exactly. I mean,
Yeah, so they're
the
just
effect
doing
could
it
be
for
the same,
like,
could be different,
yeah, they're just
depends.
trying to make it more successful, their
Yeah.
movies, by analyzing how Spider-Man has really engulfed the audience in its what do you call it,
Okay,
ingenuity.
engulf the audience basically.
Yeah, it's impressed the audience, so they said what works, let's try it out. They did it, they got successful.
See, I feel like the reason why Spider-Man One worked is not because they got a good origin story or anything like that. It's because they gave the director freedom. That's how
Yeah,
I don't feel like you should try and copy the story or anything like that. You should try and understand that they trusted their director Sam Raimi. He's a genius, man. Okay, but
Hmm.
they trusted Sam Raimi with the story, and Sam Raimi was passionate about it. So I feel like if you
Hmm.
want to formulate the success, you should try and get a man who's really passionate about the story you want to tell,
And give him freedom.
and yeah, and it's not always a guarantee that everyone will
The
like it, right? If you
Yeah.
take Man of Steel or Batman Superman, of course there are a lot of people who like it now, but when they eventually came out, the reception was very mixed. But
Hmm.
what the story was Zack Snyder's story. So it's not always 100% guarantee that the if you give creative freedom, you're
It's
always
not
gonna get
guaranteed
something
that it will
back.
become successful.
Exactly. But the good thing is you can appreciate that that is the person's vision. That is the good thing about it. But
Yeah.
also from a monetary perspective, I feel like they're doing this because everybody knows they're gonna watch the movie if they're bad or good
Yeah.
anyways, right? That's
Yeah.
why.
They've
If you
developed
take
quite a
Doctor
bit of a
Strange,
reputation in the audience.
exactly. If you take Doctor Strange, I think I don't. I think it's fine. I don't think it's something really great.
And
And
one more thing
I
about the Batman and Superman. Sorry to cut you off,
yeah,
but
that's fine. That's fine.
what I felt was it was a bit sudden. Like why this all of a sudden start fighting. I may not know I may not know why, but it may have been stated before. But I felt that when the directors they had created a reputation for Batman and Superman separately, but then they had grown great in great popularity with the audience, and I think they felt that if we got them together, they felt that it would be double the popularity, but I would
Yes,
say that it's
yes.
only like half the popularity than they expected.
Yeah. I see. If, the reason a lot of people do not like Batman and Superman is because Zack Snyder he got the characters wrong. Like
I
he
see.
didn't portray them. He didn't understand their essentiality, right?
Yeah,
But that's I don't feel like that's a major issue because same people can mean different things to different people.
I
Like
see. I see.
Spider-Man means one thing to me, Spider-Man can mean something else to someone else. So
Yeah,
if I feel that Superman is supposed to be a hopeful, joyful beacon to the world, and I feel like Batman should not kill because that goes against his moral code, Zack Snyder
yeah,
did the opposite because maybe he thinks Batman killing and Superman being brooding is their character. So it
yeah,
disagrees with my perspective, but it goes with his perspective, and he has the
yeah.
creative
It's a
freedom
hit
to
or
make the movie.
miss.
So he made what he wanted to make. So I'm okay with that.
Yeah, it's either hit or
Plus, we have
miss
seen
with the audience.
depictions. Plus, we have seen good depictions of these heroes. Superman in
Yeah,
the 1976 movie or something. That was a good depiction of that was a good depiction of my Superman. Or
yeah,
the
with
Dark Knight
limited
trilogy. That's a good
resources
depiction
also.
of my Batman. That's
Yeah,
the whole thing. So if we don't have an iteration of a superhero that you don't agree with, there'll be another version of it you might be agreeing with. So you
yeah,
don't always have to hate on it. It's probably how the filmmaker sees that character, and I feel like I feel like that's okay. That's not a bad thing.
yeah. I
That's
totally
not a
agree
bad
with
thing.
you on that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But okay, so getting to it, what do you like? If we get into the negatives, what do you not like about them?
I feel sometimes the directors. One was the mainstream storyline, which I was not a very big fan of. I mentioned it before. The superhero beats the bad guy, gets the girl, and I agree with you on the fact that Spider-Man was one of the first to do
Can I tell you
that.
one thing about? Can I just tell you one thing about Spider-Man? The first
Yeah, yeah,
one.
tell.
He doesn't get the girl.
Okay.
The girl confesses, and he rejects her, and he still loves her. And I feel like that works because
Yeah,
he knows that he is Spider-Man and he has a responsibility,
like
and
a
he cannot.
cliffhanger, somewhat.
It's somewhat cliffhanger, but also he
Yeah,
realizes that she is going to be in danger if he's going to be with him. So
yeah, because they
he's
target
not
him and
selfish about
target
it.
her. Yeah,
He is not
he
selfish. He's
has
very
the girl's
selfless
best
about it.
interest at mind.
Yeah, exactly. And Spider-Man 2, I feel like is the best Marvel movie ever. We can disagree on that. But in the end of that movie, Peter and MJ do come together, right? But I
Yeah,
feel like it's not your classic he gets the girl because in the end, MJ was literally on the day of her marriage, she runs away and she says, Peter Parker, I want to be with you. And Peter Parker's
uh,
like, no, 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 this is too dangerous. And she's like, no, this is my choice. That's why I feel like it works because it's not like oh he gets the
yeah.
girl.
It's
She
like
chose to be with him despite him being Spider Man, despite him having a responsibility. It's her decision, right? If she wants to be with him or
yeah,
not.
putting
It's not
herself
it's
at
not
risk just for
exactly
that cause.
just for the man she loves. So I feel like that's
Yeah, yeah,
why that works at a more fundamental level compared to the other
yeah,
iterations, which might be a little weak. Okay, so you may continue.
yeah.
I just wanted a different Spider-Man. I really love that movie. So
Yeah, I
okay,
liked it.
continue.
The second Spider-Man, I think, is the one where they actually the guy gets the girl in the ending. If I'm not
Yeah,
wrong,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
in
It's the one
some
with
in one
Doctor
way.
Octopus. It's the one
Yeah,
with
yeah, the
Doctor
one with Doc
Octopus.
Ock. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
after that, I think a few of the movies followed in the same footsteps, just with a
Yes,
different
yes.
actor and different villain. Like
Yes,
take
yes.
Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Hmm.
I think it
Oh,
was the
that was
same.
bad. I didn't like that
Yeah, it was
movie.
terrible. I did not like that movie. Like
Yeah.
the way they depicted Electro was like a bit weird. Like
Mm.
I liked how they introduced him as a regular person. I think Peter Parker saves his life from some. He had some blueprints in his hand and stuff, and he saves
Yeah, he
his
saves
life.
his life from a car
Yeah, yeah.
falling on him.
And
Yeah, that
then,
was nice.
but the most random thing I felt was why did he just get the powers? Like, there should have
He
been some
falls. He
accident.
falls in a
Yeah,
tank
he
with
falls in the
electric
tank.
eels bite him.
It just
I
randomly
love
just
that.
falls in the tank. Like,
Yeah.
there should be something that happens. Like, it should be like, suppose some failure of a ladder and he falls into the tank, or it shouldn't just be like he randomly falls into a tank
No,
and
no,
he
he
gets
didn't
the
randomly
powers.
fall.
And
He got a shock. He got a shock, and then he fell.
okay, okay, fine. Even
Yeah.
then, he just gets the powers, and then why all of a sudden does he want to take everyone out? Like,
Yes,
there's no
yes.
motive whatsoever.
Yeah, the
They
motive
might
isn't
have,
strong enough.
yeah, there isn't like a very strong feeling. Like, they don't show why he hates society that much. They just
Yeah, yeah,
show
yeah.
that he got the powers, he hates society, you're all dead.
If I could
That's
phrase
basically what they
Electro in
introduced
one
him.
sentence, it would be Joker done wrong. That's
Yeah,
one way I
I
would.
find, yeah, which brings
Yeah.
me to my next point. Joker was an amazing movie, and
I love it. Yeah.
yeah, it was a very nice movie, and he had struggles which gave him a reason to hate humanity on his own.
Plus,
Like,
the whole movie is about him struggling, but you don't
yeah, it's
focus enough
about
on
him, his
Electro. But I
struggles.
don't blame that because you even got the Spider-Man, and you
Yeah,
even got Harry Osborn, and you even got that Gwen Stacy. But that's why
yeah,
Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 2 falters. It's biting off too much than it can chew. It's doing too many storylines. You should
yeah. You
focus on
can't
at least
do
one
too
or two.
much. Yeah.
Exactly. It does too much. That's the whole problem with it. Hello there. So if you like the video, please like it and share it with others, whoever might be liking comic book films, and subscribe. We're about to hit 150 subs, so help us get there. And if you want more podcasts, please comment down below. And until next time, I'll see you later.